that's my thing with COVID. I didn't catch COVID.
I felt like COVID and the flu was the same thing. I felt like it was just like that flu version was like the worst.
So let me ask you a question, and this is just something that's been going on in my head for eons. Not too many eons, because it just happened like a couple years ago. But the numbers that they said of people who actually died. Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like people did actually lose their lives from COVID, right? But do you actually think the number that they reported is the actual number of people who are actually alive? Or do you think they just gave us this number as a fear tactic to make us feel like, oh man, this is some real shit?
I don't think everybody died from COVID. I think a lot of people died. I mean, people died during COVID, but it was from natural causes. People getting shot still during COVID. People having cancer or diabetes.
But a lot of those people who went to the hospital while COVID was going on, they would write off on these death certificates that they died from COVID, even if it was from different circumstances, just so they could get the money. These hospitals can get the money, right? So I was hearing stories of people going in there with a broken arm and coming back out with a COVID. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think all those numbers that everyone was tallying up during that time, the millions and millions, yeah, I feel like a lot of hospitals probably just put them down as COVID because they know they're going to get pandemic or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's why, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people was trying to get that write-off. Just like celebrities. Celebrities go to a strip club. Drake did that God's Plan video. That was nothing but a tax write-off.
I just think COVID.
I think it was man-made. Because I had read an article a year. Because this is when I was still with my ex. Still living with him. And I remember he was at work. And I was at home cleaning up. And I was on the internet. That's when I was heavy on the news at the time. And I came across this article from, I forgot, Wuhan or wherever in China or whatever. And they did what's the thing that we did in the military?
What?
It's not an actual event, but they trained you as if the event was going on. Like a simulation.
Okay, my bad.
A simulation. So they had the simulation going on as if, and in this article that I read, a year before COVID hit America, at least before the known cases were known anyway, I had read this article a year before, and it says they simulated a pandemic. And this pandemic was to wipe out, I think, like 60 million people from this pandemic. And then all of a sudden, here comes COVID.
It did wipe out a lot of people.
But you cannot tell me if you had a simulated pandemic event happening a year before it actually happened. Tell me.
It's deeper than that for me. They say weather is man-made.
Yes, Area 51 over there. Yep.
They said
Katrina was man-made.
Huh?
Katrina was man-made.
I was just about to get into that. I think you're reading my mind. Look how many people. Hey, excuse me. Calm down. Look how many people certain storms or certain things wipe out. Because what? America is overpopulated.
Okay, let's get to the juicy. Let's get to the juicy though. Hawaii.
Oh.
Let's get to the juicy though. Hawaii.
The volcano erupted.
Right. You got Oprah.
Was it a volcano or was it a fire? It was a volcano, right?
Volcano, fire, whatever. A lot of people lost their places. They lost their houses there. You know what I'm saying? They lost their well-being there. Everything they've grown to know there. People who were born and raised there, they lost everything. right?
I don't even think they thought the volcano would even erupt.
But no, this is the thing. You have Oprah and The Rock. Oprah is a forking billionaire. She has children that she's adopted out in Africa.
Yeah.
So why are you and The Rock, who's been in movies at the movie, WWE, you know what I'm saying? So why would you and The Rock come on a social media platform asking people to donate?
Ooh.
And then I saw another headline. Don't know how true it is though. But then I saw another headline and it said something about what did it say? How Oprah's trying to leave the country with $100 million after the Epstein list came out.
Ooh. Yeah, I didn't hear. Like, what? He got an $8 million bunker.
Yes, they say he's making a bunker, and it's so crazy that he be making his bunker after this movie Leave the World Behind comes out. Because in the movie, as you saw, cheers. Because in the movie, as you saw, when the little girl, she's just like so obsessed with watching that final episode of Friends. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? This girl went the whole movie trying to watch that last episode of Friends, and she found that bunker.
She left her whole family. Question: where's the family that owned the bunker? Why didn't they go in there? Why were they in there?
Where were they? Unless they was on one of them planes that crashed on the beach.
Girl, that shit was deep.
That shit was deep. That shit was real deep.
I think people don't appreciate that movie because they didn't understand.
I think people don't appreciate that movie for one. I think people don't appreciate that movie because people are not acceptable of hearing the truth, seeing the truth. You don't want to believe what is being advertised to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're thinking like, oh, this is not a good movie because it's not a good storyline. But just because it's not a beginning and an ending doesn't make it a good storyline. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still going on.
Look what happened, like the ship.
Exactly.
The plane.
Exactly. But my thing is, there is not an ending to the storyline. So regular viewers who are not, you know, looking any further than just what is in front of them, yeah, anybody could say like the movie was not good. But people who are paying attention, but the people who are more susceptible of absorbing that information, as well as the information and imagination, and as well as the little research they're doing on the side based off everything else they've been hearing and researching and reading, right? Then obviously, you know, 2 + 2 in this case equals 4, but in their case, 2 + 2 equals whatever the fuck it is. It's not 4. It's some other shit because they refuse to believe what is being put in front of them. I like the movie. I personally like the movie. I liked it because I understood, because before I watched the movie, you know what I'm saying? Only reason why I had even watched the movie is because when I went on TikTok, they were like, the Obamas came out. It's this guy that I follow. Yeah, it was this guy that was showing this movie, and he was the one who said in the video on TikTok that the Obamas was the one who was behind this movie. So therefore, it made me, mind you, let me stop for a second. I'm not into politics at all.
No.
But this is one of the first black presidents that we know that is going to be on this presidential chart. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna go that deep to let you know that there's been more than just one black president. But we're not gonna go to that today. We're not gonna hit that. We're not gonna hit on that today. We're not gonna hit on that today. But
with the movie, what made me really want to watch the movie, because I didn't know it was by the Obamas. I thought it was a movie by the dude who made Sixth Sense. M.
Night Shyamalan?
Yes, I totally thought this movie was by him.
I'm trying to tell you, and I know I'm going to put this on YouTube, and I'm not trying to get any shade or any flack for saying what I'm about to say, but I don't think M. Night Shyamalan would have been able to pull the A-list cast that this movie had.
The cash part?
The cast.